Hello everyone, I'm Simona and I would like to welcome you in this video, in this talk, when we're gonna talk about how to manage the life during the pandemic if you have kids. How to take care of yourself, how to take care of your own needs, on the kids' needs, if there is any space for ourselves, if there is any space for building intimacy with our partner. And for this talk, it's my pleasure to welcome Sanja. Hello.
Oh,
Who is a DJ, life and business coach, and mom of two beautiful kids. So, welcome, Sanja. Can you introduce yourself and also tell us how you're doing?
hello. Yeah, I'm Sanja. Everything you said, Simona. I'm a mom of two kids, DJ and coach, and yeah, I'm doing actually very well today. Thank you for having me here. Yeah, I live in Switzerland. I'm based in Zurich, and I'm Croatian. Yeah, that's yes.
So, Sanja, tell me how is your day? How your day look like nowadays?
Nowadays, well, it changed a lot. It's a bit different from before. I'd say I need to add something because in the meantime, my daycare is open. So my kids are in daycare again. So that's why I'm saying I'm very good again.
Just to mention, we are recording this on the 28th of April already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes. So now I'm more or less back to normal. The new normal, I'd say, because as you know, all events are cancelled. So as a DJ, I can't go and play anywhere. I'm at home. I do some creative work with music, but I don't really go out anymore. And as a coach, there is Skype, so I do online sessions. So this is definitely different. I work from home most of the time at the moment, and and since my kids are in daycare again, I find again more time for myself, for my needs, also time for work again, and I'm able to cook in peace and yeah, and everything is much more relaxed, I'd say. Yeah.
So, how was it before?
During the lockdown?
Yes.
Well, honestly, it was very, very, very hard for me. For me, it was super hard because being a mother of two kids, being a mother is already a lot of work, I would say. And then also being working and studying. I'm also studying at the same time now. So all this together is already a big thing to manage, I would say. And then when the lockdown came, it was just this double too. So, we were at home. In the beginning, I was like, okay, what is going on? Okay, it's important that we protect each other. We stay at home, super motivated. Yes, of course, we will do this. I was like, okay, maybe I can pause with the learning, with the studying, also coachings. It's fine. Everyone is okay if we move it on the side. DJing, well, okay, there are no gigs. So I was super motivated in the beginning. So yeah, what do we do? And we spent some time together. So beautiful. And after a week, I remember it was weekends. I started to be very, very, very tired. Like my partner still is still going to office, was still going to office. So it was me spending the whole week with the kids at home, doing the housework. Until then, I had some support, but this woman, of course, can't come anymore. So it was like waking up in the morning, doing breakfast, getting the kids ready, then doing homeschooling, then cooking again, then cleaning again, then having another program for the kids so they are not watching TV all day, which I'm not a fan of, because then watching TV maybe gives me a little break, but afterwards they get super nervous and are even more stressed. So I tried to give them a program, and I would say we really enjoyed. And in the evening, cooking again, and I was very much into cooking. Suddenly I was posting all these meals on Instagram, very motivated, trying new recipes. I felt really like this housewife from morning till the evening. And then in the evening, cleaning again, spending time with the kids, with the family together, and putting them to bed, telling a story until they sleep. I would say around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And after that, I was just, after a while, just, mortus pibitus, I would say. It was like, I didn't know what to do, like to watch TV. Well, it's not really a relaxation for the brain, but still, I tried to do it, was already falling asleep. Well, and then I went to sleep, and then the next day again, I would say. In between, also trying to work. So in this program that I just mentioned, like after a few days, I thought, okay, I still need to finish some things. I tried to put in some work hours, which is actually just impossible, because you sit down, you try to write an email, and it's mama, what is this? What is that? And then I try to explain, okay, now is a time when you do something for yourself and I do something for myself. And I need to say they're really, really good in that. Like they can play just by themselves. And I'm so happy they're a bit older. They're 5 and 3 years old. Like I was really thinking of mothers who have like small children that might be additionally breastfeeding, or even doing more homeschooling. Well, that was my program.
So you set up kind of routine or structure of the day which works, and you included different activities there. There are also not so much screen, but homeschooling and going outside and cooking and all these things. And then when you needed to work, you explained them, they just understood, or how was it?
They I mean, they did understand. But what does mean understand? They understand that I work. So but still, I write something and they're like, oh, what are you doing? Show me. Mommy, what are you doing? Oh, can I sit on your lap? Can I also watch? Oh, can I press this button? I also want to be working with you, Mommy. So yes, they understood that I'm working. They did understand that I'm working. But it's I just realized, like, trying to work just made me even made me start to become nervous, like, because I wanted them to understand that I need just time for myself without them interrupting. But for them it was just more interesting, like, what is she doing? Let's see, let's also do what she's doing. Angelina was even making that's my bigger daughter. She was also painting a computer for herself and typing. So it was I fastly realized that it's just impossible to be with them alone at home and to try to work. So during this phase we started to find solutions, of course. because I after a while I realized, okay, I became tired, and I realized, well, this is not working and that is not working. So I was starting to find solutions.
What kind of solutions?
Yeah, okay. I realized, okay, we definitely need a structure, a new structure of the day, which is not just about the kids from morning till evening, because me as a mother, as a woman, as a person, I also need some time for myself, like a time where I really know, okay, now there is no one gonna interrupt me. Like I have my 15 minutes where I can make sure no one is gonna interrupt me, more or less. So I went for a walk in the morning, for a run just outside in the nature. So I knew, okay, at least I had some time for myself. I started to do meditation. Like I already had some practice before, but then I realized, oh my God, I don't know what I'm getting out of it. This thing that I'm getting out of it, I just need more of that. Like it really helped me. So I started to meditate even more regularly, and I started to do yoga. So this became something we also do together. So the kids also started to do yoga with me, which was very nice. So yeah, I put some time for myself in the morning, and created also some program for the kids with the yoga. And this was a thing. And then with the working, we found a solution, like me also going, like my partner staying at home some hours where I can leave house and work and do some things I need to do, and him staying home, which was not an option in the beginning, because I thought, oh, yeah, it's okay, I mean, I can handle this.
Yeah, playing hero.
Playing hero, yes, yes. Also, I mean, him covering most of our expenses also made me feel like, okay, oh yeah, okay, I don't know what is going on, so it's better we have some things, because the DJing thing was not existing anymore. There is no more income there. So what is realistic? But still, it was not realistic for me not to do anything anymore. So we fastly started to find some time also for myself to leave house and or at least work in the office just by myself.
I really like what you're saying, because I think it's really important that parents keep their own emotional health and mental health, because kids can sense it, if it's something going on, and it's if a dad or mom is stressful or cannot really manage, or just focusing on the kids. Yeah, we kind of giving them example. We lead by example, as you mentioned as well, with the yoga and meditation. They want to do exactly what we do.
They are really little copies. It's so true. And I love it. It's what I love about it is also they're a mirror, you know. When I see them starting to be let's say like nervous, or something is not all right, it's a mirror, like in time, like, okay, they are starting to become nervous. It mostly, I realize it comes, I mean, if let's put it as this, if they are starting to be nervous or anything, and I can observe them, you know, not taking it personally, I realize that I'm fine, you know. But once it starts to get on my nerves, where I start to become nervous, I realized, okay, I'm not fine. And then this is what I really learned through parenting, is then is the time to take care of yourself, because it's unrealistic to think, this is at least my experience, like the more I start doing the outside, like I start to make them happy and forget about myself, the less it works. And several times I learned through life with them until now, it's so important to take care first of myself, because only if I'm fine, I can take care of my family, of all of them. Yeah, and the other way around, I guess, also. Yeah, yeah.
And they also feel safer, I guess. If they see you, that you're okay, that you're fine, you have this positive energy, this calmness, they can feel safe, and they probably realize, okay, the situation is how it is, but somebody is in charge here. And
Yes.
that's mom, or that's parents.
Yes, yes. And
So,
also, yeah, also a thing that you said that I really liked is like, we are an example. So if I don't take care of myself, sooner or later my kids will not learn or know how to take care of themselves. And as a mom, this is the most important thing for me, for them to be fine, to be okay, to be happy, like to take care of themselves. Yeah, so I really like that.
So how did you talk to them? How did you explain them the whole situation, the pandemic, the coronavirus?
Um, Most informations they got in kindergarten. Actually, I was so surprised because they came like when we just heard about the virus, which was still far away. They already spoke in kindergarten about it, so they already came home and said, oh, we need to wash hands. Look, mommy, this is how we wash hands. And I'm like, yeah, very okay, very interesting. So they explained me actually again. I really liked that. And then the closer the virus came, like when it was in Italy, the more they were like, okay, we should keep distance. So mommy, we can hug each other, but we don't hug others. So they really explained me. And when we speak about the virus, like about the situation, like they are so they they are so fine with it. They are like, it's just there. They are accepting it completely. It's there. Okay, this is what we do. Okay, and once it's gone, we do it differently. That's it. And I love it. Kids are, they don't make a big thing out of it. It's just, it is, and it is. Yeah, yeah.
So there weren't any frustrations, like they cannot get out or they cannot meet their friends or...
No, I don't see it really. With them, it's okay. I need to say, here in Switzerland, we were still able to go out. So what we did, we went to the forest. We have a garden here, so we are very lucky that we can do this. So for them, this was okay. We don't see our friends. It's were more they were more like, oh, when are we gonna see them? And then they give themselves an answer, right, mommy? Once the virus is over, we can see them, and it's just okay. Yeah, I love it. They're inspiring me really. They're just fine with it. There is no frustration. I didn't see any frustration concerning the situation. They were even happy. They're like, I'm like, how do you feel like being at home? Oh my God, we love it so much. I'm like, oh good. I'm happy that you love it. I mean,
That's beautiful. But I guess behind this, there is a lot of parenting and taking care of kids. They can be flexible and adaptable to the situation and don't make a big fuss of it, but actually, okay, this is how it is, and we're just gonna continue our life.
well, I don't, it maybe because I didn't feel like I was completely, I mean, I was in the beginning, but after a while I wasn't fine with it. And observing my kids, oh my God, children just, they are just fine. They definitely inspired me to be fine again, to take care of to remember, oh, okay, I really need to keep on being fine, So they stay fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
So how do you talk to them, or how do you talk to them about their emotions or feeling?
In general?
Yes.
We have a thing that we do. Once they were in an age, I would say around 2-3 years, I had a situation where Angelina had a lot of I can't say a lot of, but she had frustrations, like every kid has. The plate is yellow and it's not pink, and they're frustrated or whatever. And then there was an age around 2-3 years where she it was so strong, some frustrations were so strong that she was starting to somehow like almost hit me, and I realized, okay, this is really strong, so what do I do with it? And I asked a friend who is a psychologist, and she gave me a very good advice. She said, okay, kids should express this, let the emotion, the energy that is inside of the emotion, let it out. Me as a parent, I should give her space to let that emotion out. So I should show her a way how to do it. And I was like, okay, how? And then she told me, maybe in that situation, she can maybe hit a pillow or throw something. It's important to explain that she should not hurt someone or herself. So since then, we have a thing when there is, I'm taking this emotion, frustration, well, actually, since then, since I realized, okay, yeah, I don't need to change this. It's not my job to change her emotion, to make her feel better. My job is to let her be in this emotion and to accept this emotion, whichever it is. So frustration, for example, I explained her, okay, Angelina, I see you are frustrated, and then she would start crying and it would become stronger. And then I give her an option. Would you like to, maybe you want to hit on a pillow? And she would be, no, I don't want to do this. And then I place maybe the pillow there and she would throw it. And with throwing it, you would feel like already some energy is going out. And then I would maybe put the pillow back and she would take it again and throw it again. And this is how, in the meantime, we have learned to let emotions out. And now when I am frustrated, when they see me being frustrated, that's the most funny thing. They look at me, they're like, Mommy, maybe you want to hit the pillow. So this is what we do with emotions. What I do is I let them be in the emotions until the age of 5 years. I was naming this emotion. Like if I observe it, I would say, oh, I can see you're sad, or I can see you're happy. I mean, when we are happy together. Oh, we are happy and we hug. I try to mirror their emotions and give space to the emotions. And I it's also this way of doing it makes it so much more easy for myself, because of the fact that I don't need to change it or to do anything about it. I just need to be strong enough to be able to handle it. That's it. Because sometimes it's not so easy to, when you are not fine, it's not so easy. For me, this is what I experienced, to let the kid be in a strong frustration. I somehow have the feeling that I should do something. So the more I can let go, the better for all of us. Yes. Yeah.
So you're saying it all starts basically with us, so parents.
Yeah, as the whole family, because it goes back and forth, right? If I block the emotions of my kid, if I change it, you want to eat something, or you want to watch TV, or or what would make you happy, if I already change it without letting it, giving the kid enough space to let it out, if if I block it, or if you can say like this, it's coming back even stronger sooner or later. So I realized the more I can give space, really, sometimes one emotion would come out, and then another one, and another one, and then then afterwards the kid is so fine. Like from 1 second to the other, it would just stop. Let's say a frustration, like she would cry and cry or do something, stop, and then she would start playing something like there was nothing before, and I would be like, okay, this was it, a little tornado, and finish.
It's amazing because actually I like what you mentioned, not to change the emotion. It's just the emotion, accept it the way it is, and that emotion needs motion, some movement, and put the energy out, and then of course it will be fine again. But if we try to change it with giving a signal or saying, oh, this emotion is not correct, or what you're going through, it's not right, so no, this is what is it now and here, so let's go through it. I really like it.
Yeah, I mean, also for when I look at myself as a grown-up, I think it would have been much easier that I would have learned maybe to accept all the emotions. Like there is no good and bad. We value like happiness is something good, right? Frustration is something bad. We should change frustration, but life is, we are full of emotions, we are full of hormones. It's changing, right? It goes up and down and back and forth, especially as women, through the cycle of the month. And if we can just, the more I learn in my life to accept myself, the emotions that are there, the easier life is, the more easy life is for myself. Yeah.
Totally agree. And do you have any other rituals with your kids? Like you mentioned before also that you do yoga now together, meditation, that you have these emotions going through together. So
I guess we have several rituals. I spoke already about the morning ritual, and then what also
can you tell us more about morning ritual?
Morning ritual. Okay, most of the time they wake up and they immediately want to eat. So okay, I let them eat. Then they eat together. They eat by themselves. I don't eat breakfast with them, and they eat for half an hour, an hour. They speak. I don't know. They listen to a story. Really, I don't understand how they can eat so long, but they enjoy it so much. So okay, and this is a time for myself. When I usually go out for a walk while my partner is there, or I do meditation by myself, and then I would come and do some yoga, and they would like to join me with yoga. I don't know how they can do yoga after eating, but they love it. And then we do yoga together. I mean, it's not a whole program of yoga that they join. They have their mattresses next to me, and then whoever feels like joining and participating is next to me. And maybe sometimes when I do we say dog in English. How do you say dog? Then they crawl underneath me and they do stuff like that. And then we get ready. Then we go and brush teeth, which is a whole big thing, and get dressed. This can take another hour sometimes because they brush teeth and tell a story and this is our morning ritual. And then we do homeschooling, as I said, or nowadays they go to the daycare again.
And then in the evening or after?
In the evening, let's say they're at home for lunch, what we do, one ritual that I also very much like is they help me cooking, which is not always possible. It always depends, you know, if they're in a mood that they are not too hungry. If they are hungry, then it's also, even then they help me. Like they would cut the, let's say, salad. They would do some things, and I'm really surprised. Like the more I ask them and involve them, the happier they are, and they better they feel. Like if I say, oh, I'm cooking, would you like to help me? And then they would be more like, they're not sure. Yeah, what are you doing? Then I need to explain what I'm doing, what I need, what kind of help I need. And then they would pick something they like to do. Like they love to open eggs, they love to cut salads, or do pancakes. Pancakes is their favorite. That is what they like to eat, of course, as well. So this is our food ritual. This could, in the evening, it happens also sometimes, but in the evening they're already a bit more tired somehow. I have the feeling. And then after eating, we spent time together. Like we either we play games, we different games like cards and memory and these kind of things, like family games. I was really looking forward to this age where they can do stuff like this, because I need to say I'm not this kind of mom which liked like all these baby games. Like I also enjoyed, but I prefer now these days, and we play cards together, or yeah, some different games. I love it. I really love it. Like authentically. Yeah, and then we go get ready again, brush teeth, put on the pyjama, which is again a process of, and then it depends. Then often emotions come, of tiredness, of frustration, of just needing hugs and closeness, and see, I mean, to go through a whole day until that level, like when it really, I have a feeling, somehow maximizes, they're the most tired, and then everything probably they didn't let out when they were in daycare, or I don't know. This is the moment when it somehow starts to get out, and I would say this is the moment when I'm also the most tired already. So for me, it's really important to take time for myself during the day, so I can relax and have enough strength for these moments, right? When they start again to have these emotions and feelings, and me being able to see them, to realize that they are coming, and and to give them space to let them out. Or also when they are start to become nervous, to realize, okay, they need closeness, they need understanding. They maybe once they dress themselves just by themselves, but then they say, no, mommy, can you do it? I mean, and I know they can do it, but it's like, can you do it? And it's not them trying to, play a game or whatever. It's them wanting me to do it, to touch them and to take off the clothes and to put on the clothes, so they have this closeness again. So we put on the clothes, and then depending, maybe we play another game, something they want to do, or we paint, or if they are very tired, then we already go to bed, depending what time it is, because we are flexible in the evening with the timing a bit. And then they go to bed, and I tell them a story. Like they lay down most of the time. I mean, really still, they want me to lay next to them. So they are in one room, they stay in one room. Or sometimes, like during this time when I was super tired, I was just like, come to my bed, we lay in one bed, so I can lay down as well. and I tell them a story. And I'm falling asleep myself. Really, this is the time when I just want to sleep. And often, when it was during the lockdown time, this pandemic, when we didn't go to daycare, I just really brushed my teeth as well, put on the pajama, and most of the time also just fell asleep with them, because it was so much more easy. I could be with them, give them closeness, and also just sleep. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, and then I tell the story, and they fall asleep. Yeah,
This
and I
is
say,
so
I
beautiful.
stay with. Yeah, it's so romantic.
No, but
No, I
also
need
what you
to say I
say.
really enjoy it. I enjoy it when I'm fit, when I'm strong. I enjoy it. But when you're tired, I tell you, this is the hardest time, really. Like being there and just being so tired, and not being able to tell a story. Like, oh, please don't make me tell this story of the little animal that goes to a farm. It's so easy. It's just a story. But when you're tired, trust me, you don't want to tell the story.
So what's important is that really to take care of yourself as much as you can during the day, not to put much pressure, but be kind and gentle and realize, hey, I am here I have to be good. Like my mental health is really important to give then to kids and to be able to read the story at the end of the day.
Yes, really.
And
Yes.
on all these, do you find any space or time to build intimacy with your partner?
Time? What time?
There was
let's
many
let's
time.
think about the lockdown
Yeah,
period.
let's put the reality
What
set.
time? What? Where?
Yeah, we should put realistic expectations first, right?
Yeah, really let's put realistic expectations. And this is me being very honest. Like, what time? What energy? Where? How? For me, almost, or for us, almost impossible. Like, because for intimacy, where there is intimacy, there should also be closeness, for me at least. And like, closeness in this super difficult time was almost impossible. Like, I remember us being fighting so much. Like, there is suddenly there are so many things to fight about, right? And so we went through this, and there was no time. Like, and then we realized, okay, let's then have closeness again. Let's find solutions for daily life. Let's find a new routine. Okay, once we put this almost like on paper also, so it's more easy to see it. Like, we really wrote down, or we spoke about it, some things we wrote down, we planned, we made a plan, and then we said, okay, and now the next step is to have closeness. Let's first celebrate closeness. Like, just, okay, we are tired, we are exhausted. Let's just lay down and have closeness and celebrate it. And then after really, like, after going through this, and then, like, the intimacy, the space for intimacy came again, I would say. Mm-hmm.
So being together first, not putting any pressure, but just be together first.
Yes, yes. Because for me, it's like when I'm stressed, tired, and all this, it's like I almost can't think of any, like, it's just, I'm just too tired, to think of anything. Like, I after putting kids to bed, I'm even too tired to get myself dressed for sleeping time. Even this is too much, and then to speak about anything else. So I realized, okay, what can we do? What we spoke like what is possible for both of us. So so both sides are fine. And then we found this time, okay, let's just lay down, or let us take a bath. Yeah, exactly. Let us take a bath and relax. And after this, and in combination with like reorganizing ourselves, we found time for each other, and intimacy again. But until then, I need to say it was very difficult, very difficult.
You also said to me that you do meditation together with your partner.
Yeah.
Share a little bit more.
Yeah, I told you. Meditation is something that I always heard about, and I, as I said in the beginning, since I think a year, I'm meditating here and there, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So, and I need to say, since this whole situation now that happened, I realized really, wow, meditation is something that is helping me. And then I started to meditate like really every day, even a bit longer. And I started to read more about it. And then we had this idea, maybe to if we didn't have a lot of time for closeness, in, like, let's say, to just hug for an hour, lay down and hug for an hour, or if we didn't want to speak, if we wanted to speed it up a bit more, we said, okay, let us find closeness through meditation. Like, we sit and we hold each other's hands and just close eyes. And I don't know, 5 minutes of this meditation or like connecting was so strong. I mean, it is so strong. Like, you connect, like, so it's like souls connect. They realize, okay, we are here and now. It's not about what I do tomorrow, what I did the whole day. It's really focusing on the moment and opening up for the other person, like, yeah, and connect, like, first connect on another level and then on the physical level somehow. And I really, this is a new thing, and it's very strong. It's very emotional. Yeah. So
I like it a lot.
Sorry.
I like it a lot because, yeah, it's really important to connect on another level first, and then also the physical level go easier and more natural. It's just, hey, we're connecting souls first, no? Like, to each other, to the person, not just to the body.
Exactly. It's not just the body having the action, right? It's also like the mind and the soul being there. Like, yeah, it's very, very intense in a very beautiful way. If you say like this, can you say intense? Like, very, very beautiful. Yeah, I can only suggest that. It's very nice. Very nice. Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
What's your biggest learning from pandemic so far, from the whole situation?
Ooh, my biggest learning. Oof, I've learned so much. Really, I've learned so much. I would say this is something that I've already learned several times in my life, especially since I'm a mom. But like, taking care of myself first, which is, for me at least, not so easy while taking care of your kids. So it really, again, it showed me how important it is that I'm fine, so my kids can be fine, and my whole family. also what we spoke about before was the staying flexible. How important it is to stay flexible, and a tool how I learned to stay flexible is meditation. For me, meditation is I always heard about it, but now like I really experienced all these pros, or how you say, like, yeah, how what strong tool it is to use, like for everything. And yeah, this whole pandemic thing also showed me that fear and panic is not something I like.
Okay. So how you deal or how you manage the fear and panic?
Oh yeah, as I say, I focus. I don't focus on the outside so much. Like I filter information. I get some information, and then not too many. Like at one point, everything was too much. Also, this info and what is going on. Usually, I don't read news. I don't watch news to protect myself, like, because yeah, it's too heavy for me. But now it was important. I wanted to know like what is going on every day, and it was too much. It was just too much. It was drawing me, if you say that. Like it was too heavy. So I learned to again, like to put some kind of a wall, to get some infos, and then to go back to myself, go inside through meditation, really to find strength inside of myself again, and then to think, what can I do now with this whole with the situation, and what is right for myself.
Mm-hmm.
What is okay, what works for me, not what should I, or how should I, etc. What in between, everything that I can do, what can I do that makes me be fine, my family be good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
these are
important.
my biggest learnings, and love. I need to say, I don't know, so much love. I realize there is so much strength inside of love, like, and thankfulness. Like I'm so thankful for yeah, for everything, and for that is in my life, for my kids, my partner, for us being together. And I think yeah, I'm thankful that I'm able to experience it, because I know how it is when it's just too much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sanja, thank you so much for this beautiful interview. I enjoy a lot. Can you tell us where people can find you or can connect with you?
Yeah, sure. I am like my through email, for example. My email address is sanjacoaching@gmail.com, or I have my private account on Instagram, which is Sanja. I think it's 7 A's in the end, because Sanja means dreaming. So it says Sanja is dreaming a lot. That's my Instagram name. And for music, whoever is interested in electronic music, it's N double A and double N dot music on Instagram. Yes.
I will also put all the links below in the
Okay.
description.
Okay.
So yeah.
No.
Thank you so much. It
Thank you
was
so
really
much.
it was really pleasure to talk to you, and thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thank you for asking. It was very nice, a new situation to give interviews. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing everything that you are sharing, as you inspire me a lot.
The same here. So thank you everyone for being with us and for watching. If I will put all the links to the description if you want to connect with Sanja, and maybe soon she could be able to play music again, or for coaching. And yes, so see you soon. Yeah, bye bye.
Oh.